I'll be real. I have done a lot of Sunken. I haven't put everything in yet, Tempest, but that's fine. We're not doing combat this session.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm just... How do I get the icon again? Oh god. Right, Chloe it's not...
It's the as right under the chat box.
I know, but it's not showing up. I have clicked on it multiple times.
Oh.
And I'm
We're
still
level
glucose.
That is because...
7.
That is because there is no portrait in your character sheet.
Here, I can make the token for you real quick if you want.
Yeah, that
sure?
would be...
God dang it.
I'll make one for mine, hang on.
Sorry. It's fine. We started 15 minutes early for this exact purpose.
Okay.
Listen, I didn't say I was smart, I just said I have a job in journalism.
That's like the opposite of smart.
Yeah.
Use this. I don't know if you have it already. But...
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, alright, let me put it this way. Both the smartest and the stupidest people I've ever known were journalists.
Where do I fall on that scale?
Yes.
Emotional intelligence, pretty high.
I'm going to take that as a compliment and not ask for the rest of that sentence.
I was just going to say I haven't read your work, so I can't opine on the rest.
Okay, well, trust me, you'd rather not.
You do know how to make a good himbo character, though.
I am also going to take that as a compliment and not read anything into it.
It is a compliment. It is a compliment. I'm complimenting your character creation methods.
Methods? That sounds like there's like some kind of fucking secret like ingredient with it.
It's just method acting.
So you guys don't do secret rituals to make your characters? Damn.
What do you think the summoning is for?
Anytime I play as caster, I have to sacrifice a TI-84 on an altar.
I think that's called introjection.
Anytime I play a caster, I have to sacrifice a small computer on an altar.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. I misheard that as "and an altar," and I was like,
I mean, the altar often doesn't survive. I wouldn't call it a sacrifice. I'd call it a casualty.
I really hope you mean a ritual altar and not a system altar.
I will need you guys to upload your tokens yourself because I am out of space.
I have an important question. How do I do that?
Wow. Oh.
Just make your character, in the character sheet.
Oh, I found it. Hang on.
Yeah.
I hope.
It unsubscribed me. Why did it do that?
No more subscribble for you.
You have lost your subscription rights.
Well, let me
Please pay here for a recurring Adobe subscription.
I'm paying right now. Give me a sec.
We are sending you to Brazil.
What?
We are sending you to Brazil.
I want to go to Brazil.
Still glucose.
Oh my god, we are all edgy teenagers. This is going to be...
The words under it won't change, but your actual...
Okay, cool. Great. Okay, fine.
If you want to actually test, you can just, There you go. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Audrey Amber.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Did someone say my name?
Those are 2 first names.
No. Don't. Coincidence that will certainly not cause any problems later on. Now, am I subscribed again? Get more out of it.
God damn it.
I should probably actually change my character's the name to my actual character's name.
Ooh.
You mean that's not your legal name?
No, that's their villain name.
I mean, what is the name they're going to tell people?
Actually, that's actually kind of hilarious. Because,
wait, we're supposed to have villain names?
Yeah, because these two don't have any yet. They're just sitting around.
I mean, Shigaraki's villain name is checks notes Shigaraki, so...
Toga's is Toga. She's just Toga. Probably partially despite her parents, who want to disassociate from her.
Can it be like like the what is it called, the eagle one meme?
Hawks?
No.
The eagle one.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, they're talking about the Parks and Rec meme. And you're Eagle
I'm
2.
Eagle 1, you've been done that. You're currently doing that.
Alright. I fixed my subscription. I have been given dynamic lighting rights again. Not
Yeah.
Oh my
that I
god.
need them to say.
You never
What?
told me this boat was a swim slide.
Bap.
Wait, oh my god, it has a swim slide?
It
Yeah, it
is a
does.
swim slide.
Oh my god!
Holy shit! I didn't even
barbecue.
see
That
that.
is gonna get abused.
We're going to, like,
100%.
dive.
We are
bomb.
going to waterboard someone on that.
I'm going to stand
Oh,
at the
yeah.
top of the slide and bring people back up when they try and go down.
Well, alright.
Knowing Chloe, they're gonna try and waterboard themselves by accident.
Who's being made to sleep on the double sofa bed? Who's sleeping on the couch? Who doesn't get rights?
Doesn't
Who
everyone-
sleeps in the barbecue?
There's two sets of them. They're
Bunk beds.
they're
more
just
or less.
they're just no, they're just above each other. There's two. So there's a top floor. You can actually see this better down here, right? You've got two sets of
Okay.
beds up here and two sets of
Mhm.
beds down here.
Then who's sleeping on the sofa bed?
Then
Is
you
that-
have
wait, hang on.
Then you have two bunk beds right here as well.
Hang on. Is this piddly little thing being counted as a bed?
It's
it's
cut
'cause the
off
walls
for
been cut off.
perspective.
It's
Yeah.
cut so you can
Okay.
see
I thought that was
yeah.
like an artful angle that
Ian.
some jackass designer made.
Ian,
Hobbit bed. Hobbit bed.
Ian, these diagrams are of the same boat.
Listen.
Well, one
Listen.
of them's just damaged.
Listen, I'm a writer.
listening
I
to you
don't
and I'm
understand.
disappointed.
Oh, did
I'm a
anyone else-
writer. I don't do fucking what is this architecture? What is this boat design? What do I look like to you?
Did people also notice there's a barbecue at the front? Because I only just
Yes.
noticed.
Yeah, there is that. Oh.
Yes.
Where do you think-
Yes.
That's Snuff's
Where
bed.
do you think
Yes.
Snuff sleeps?
Yes.
Better
no,
be
I-
a
no,
No,
barbecue.
yes. Yeah, legitimately. We discussed
Beautiful.
this. We had a whole conversation with Duma about where Snuff sleeps on this ship.
I know.
This man will give all of you smoke inhalation poisoning if he tries sleeping with you.
Do you
Okay.
mean
Listen,
carbon
I know some
monoxide?
people who get gassy in their sleep, but that's a little extreme.
Okay, no, you're the first one to
know
be
that,
waterboarded. Come here.
We know that Chloe and Rachel claim the top floor, so
Do they only sleep in one bed?
who knows?
That's
Oh my
none of your
God.
business.
That is private information.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. They're Lebanese.
I thought you were
Lebanese.
American.
Lebanese.
Lebanese. Fuck you.
Oh my god, I can't believe they have leg bees.
Okay.
Alright.
Shut
I can't believe that we
That's
have
it.
Shutting up,
You're
shutting up.
done.
out of
That's
5
it.
people on this boat, 2 people suffer from ligma.
This bit of-
Hey, why are you doing this to me?
Alright,
How long
alright,
may it
alright.
No,
Do they read legalese?
Listen,
Guys.
it's too
Hey,
late for this.
Yeah.
No more listening. You're listening to me.
Okay.
If I figure out what I was gonna say. Yeah, well, okay. Sure, whatever. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I won't do it
Not
again.
you, the bot. Cool. That's not the link. Piss.
Well,
The aggressive.
we all spent so long prepping for this.
Piss.
Well, okay. All right. What do you know about where you are?
Oh,
Japan.
Right.
Okay.
Boat.
boat.
Okay. Actual serious question here. I'm gonna
Yes.
be a good student for a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How long have we been on this boat? Like Chloe and me specifically.
Okay. So here's the timeline for that stuff. When your little group came here in the first place, about a month and a half ago, give or take. So for that time, you've been kind of sitting in this harbor, in northern Japan.
How populated is the harbor? Like, is it? I'm assuming it's relatively secluded.
Yes. So you are in the hold on. I had this written down. I have this written down here somewhere. The name of the town that you're in. There we go. You are in the town of Imabetsu, which is a tiny, well, okay, not so tiny today as in the present in the campaign, but it used to be a tiny little like port town in the right in the north of the Japanese mainland. Like you know where the mainland connects to Hokkaido?
Sure.
No, but I'm gonna pretend. I got it. Yes,
I wish
okay.
I knew.
I'm going to pretend.
The big
Bear with me while I
northern
Google
island.
the mainland.
You know that one? On if you look at a map, can someone pull up
Yes.
a map of Japan, please?
I'm looking at
I
one.
do.
Okay, so right in between where like the mainland and the northern island there, Hokkaido.
Oh,
Okay.
I see.
That is roughly
The
where
big
you are.
island, the northern island is called Hokkaido. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So you are. It's kind of secluded. It's kind of a sleepy city. It's a small city by now. So there is quite a bit of bustling activity, especially sort of in the more commercial areas. And there is a large sort of market, sort of a fish market, that connects to the rest of the port area. Let me actually.
I'm sorry, this is Imabetsu?
Imabetsu, yes.
I
Keep
found
in
it.
mind, yeah, keep in mind, it's a real town. Keep in mind that this is, what, 250 years in the future? 300 years? So it's a lot larger now than you will find it today.
Oh, it's near Sapporo.
Yes. There's a harbored in the boat. Harbored in the boat. Anchored in the harbor is a boat. Jesus Christ, I mangled that sentence to hell and
Boated
back.
in the harbor is anchor. Wait.
It's a small little houseboat. The type that usually isn't seaworthy, but this one has been sort of modified a little to not sink as soon as there's a little bit of waves going on. You are anchored between four sets of fishing boats that go out every morning and come back every evening with a varying haul of fish. But this is, you know, the air is very nice here. It's very salty. So you're really getting that sort of fresh air, I guess you could say.
Well,
No.
I can assume for the past couple weeks, I've been specifically trying to cram the Japanese language.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I've been desperately learning how to write it.
So,
Only written.
yeah, by now I would say that you can by now understand and speak very simple requests and phrases like, greetings and how to ask for, I don't know, coffee at a coffee shop or whatever. This is aided by the fact that a good chunk of people in Japan that you have that seem like above the age of but actually below the age of 50 speak at least a little bit of English.
Most Japanese English is a common language taught in schools. It's the
Yeah.
like pretty much everyone in Japan can speak small amounts of English.
Yeah.
Out.
Although you are in a pretty rural area, so that's, sometimes you do just run into people who have no clue what you're trying to tell them, but every now and again every now and again you've had the experience of speaking to the overworked barista at a coffee shop in broken Japanese, only for them to mildly condescendingly respond to you in perfect English.
Also, I know I haven't actually put it like down on the sheet anywhere yet. But we did agree that I could have the little phoenix companion,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Rachel, question: Are you calling it Bongo? I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Bongo.
All right. A van. Just an unmarked white van stops right in front of the like harbor area. A back door is opened, and two people step off. Now, Orange, Ian, describe your characters. Let's go down the list. Ian, you first.
Sorry, I'm on push to talk. One moment, I'm eating fries.
That was
Would you
also
like Orange
eating.
to start instead?
I can start.
That would be awesome. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
All right, that's fine. Then
I didn't realize I was at the top of the list.
all right, then Orange, describe your character.
So you see a rather tall woman come out. She is average weight for her size. She's like 6'3". That's without heels. And she's just kind of looking at the surroundings. She's yellow eyes, purple hair that goes kind of down to her mid back, and currently is wearing casual clothes. A dark purple hoodie and jeans. Although you all hopefully have seen her in her more...
Well, no, you don't. You're new to this, so is Ian's character.
Oh, fair enough. You notice, however, that she's wearing some sort of headgear that seems to be what they call like thing that goes around the head. Thing.
A headband?
Not headband, like metal thing.
A metal
mean,
headband?
like- I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the word for
Like
it.
the thing from Naruto?
I also know what you're talking about.
Oh shit, what's it called? It's completely derailed my train of thought. Give me a second. I'm gonna search it real quick.
Metal thing around the head.
It is a diadem. There we go.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, it's like
cool.
a diadem made of black metal that kind of goes around the back of her head and comes as two.
We call that a crownlet, but yeah.
Oh, diadem, crownlet, big metal thingy.
Yeah.
That kind of comes up as wings past the front of her head, which is in the icon. Despite
you can post
her,
it if you want.
oh, can I?
Yeah, if you
I can
want,
find
put
it.
it in media. Easy trick. Go to your character sheet. Press like bio and info, and then right-click the image there. And you can just copy that and then put it in Discord.
Thank you. I owe you my life.
Yep.
Sorry this is taking so long.
You're fine.
If it didn't want to copy twice, that'd be useful.
Thank you.
She seems to be talking with a bit of like some kind of English accent. Not the stereotypical posh accent currently, but some other accent. Which you shall hear soon.
next to her, the people who are probably sort of just going about their habit of staring at the port and the people going by the port on the boat. Ian, describe your character.
Yeah. Next to this tall woman is a also tall but not quite as tall fella, about 6 foot even, wearing like a cheap Nike hoodie, skinny jeans, like Walmart shoes, wearing sort of there is a color I'm trying to think of and it's fucking me up because I'm colorblind. Orange like sunglasses. With sort of long, messy black hair, smoking a cigarette. Looks maybe early 20s, sort of flushed faced, kind of grumpy looking, standing there next to Orange's character. Kind of talking very gruffly, and I assume we're speaking Japanese.
Yeah.
Speaking kind of curtly a little bit as they walk. So let me post the picture.
Just to the van. If you're done, tell me if you're done.
Yeah, go ahead.
The van drives off and disappears into regular traffic on the main road. This is this van. What someone initiated would pretty much immediately recognize as part of the rat lines. Just overall a countrywide network of not just criminal organizations, but generally people who want to link up with other people who may be in need of their services or just be like-minded. And the two of you, more or less coincidentally, ended up together, more or less offered to meet with someone in a port in the north of the mainland. Now, what happens next is that you're sort of looking around on your, you're looking at your surroundings. There isn't too much. Like, you're trying to look for the person who, you're supposed to meet here.
Mm-hmm.
Not really finding all too much at first. Then, a young man jumps from a houseboat onto the pier. This is his face. Mm-hmm.
Twink.
He is wearing a tweed jacket, red bow. He looks, I'm gonna be real, he looks a bit like a Victorian orphan.
Little Lord Fauntleroy.
Just a little bit. He's got that, he's got those bright blue eyes, the sort of, but still the sort of roguish charm. He's a reasonably good-looking young man. So he has his hands in his pockets, and he approaches the two of you. And then he just kind of looks at you for a moment. Just scans you up and down. Well then.
You're the one we're supposed to meet?
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, we have a pretty weird misunderstanding.
Fair enough.
No. One way or the other. Maybe some introductions? Really quickly.
Sorry, I have a fry in my mouth. One moment.
Give me a sec. I'm rapidly trying to come up with a civilian name.
My name's Kadama.
You don't really need to give him your civilian name.
Yeah, but I need to think of one for cover anyway.
Fair enough.
Give me a second. I'm gonna try and get the accent down. You know, while we're no, it's American again. I did it earlier as well. While working together, just call
that
me
would be
Gravistar,
really
right?
funny. No, but carry on. Carry on.
While working together, just call me Gravistar, eh?
Fair enough. Well, you're not the only ones here. I'm sure you'd rather come inside and get properly introduced to anyone than sit out here in the what could soon be rain.
Yep.
How far away are we from the boat?
Well, you guys
Well,
are in the boat.
Sorry. You guys specifically.
They're about like 10 steps away from the boat.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that on like the railing of the boat, um, you guys may notice what appears to be like this kind of small, well, this flaming bird, just casually perched on the rails. It seems to be its head seems to be kind of like a black-looking mask almost, and it's just kind of sitting there watching. And as you guys would start coming closer, it would start like bobbing its head up and down.
Is that figurative language or is it literally on fire?
It is literally on fire.
Cool.
Well,
Bloody hell,
Alan,
has gotten different this time.
Alan, hands still firmly in his pocket, jumps onto the step, onto the boat. Hop, hop, hop. Sort of, standing there next to the bird on the railing. It's like, easy there. They're friendly. At least I hope so.
The bird kind of bobs a little bit more, but then calms down.
Good bongo.
There's also like a blue tarp with a little bit of smoke coming out of it. On the very, very.
By the arrangement, you assumed this to be a grill. As you guys board the boat, the man directs you, actually towards the little grill. At which point, he picks up the little, like, bell, because there's a, what are those called? On boats, you have, like, bells to alert people of things.
Chip bell?
I guess we'll
One?
call it that. No,
Alarm?
it's a set of bell. It's a set of bells, which he picks up and like rings. That is supposed to be, well, everyone's signal that's already on the boat to sort of assemble. Now,
We knew these people were coming, right? Like,
well, basically, all that Alan told you was that there would be some guests at some point this week.
oh,
That's
okay.
all he really said. Because he didn't know when they would be coming, because smuggling people is an imprecise operation sometimes. I assume that one of the first things to happen is that the tarp would move and open,
Sure.
because you're on the top of the list as well. So, what happens? Describe your character.
Out of the tent comes this barely just over 5 foot tall man, like 5'3", 160 centimeters. Tall, like kind of very messily haired looking gray haired boy. And he's kind of rubbing his eyes. And as he stands up, you realize his messy hair and dark skin is almost ashen colored. And the hair itself seems to be wispy, like actual bits of smoke. He's wearing these kind of atrociously colored fireman pants and this black bodysuit that stretches up to his neck and connects to this dark gas mask with red glowing bits that form almost like a sinister smile, and match his red eyes. And over this bodysuit on his torso is a black kind of rain cape poncho. Um, and as he's kind of like standing up sleepily, like the bell woke him up and coming into the area where everyone else is, you see a little cat poke its head out of the chest of the coat and kind of curiously looking at everyone.
Hello. So, uh, Gravastar, Kodama, this is Snuff. The little cat is Mimi. Snuff, Mimi, these are Gravastar and Kodama.
He just
You sleep in the barbecue?
he nods.
Meanwhile,
I'm not
you
expected to
probably-
eat food from there, am I?
He is. If anything, his presence would sterilize the area.
I'm still uncomfortable.
As this is happening, you would probably hear like the sounds of a door sliding open. Question mark. I'm assuming both have doors.
Yeah.
Doors
like
are
a
an
little-
ancient technology that don't work with boats.
They just
So-
don't have doors. That's it. No doors.
Boats are illegal on doors. No,
Yeah.
doors are illegal on boats.
So the illegal door opens. And,
That's how you know it's a criminal's boat.
No
No
doors.
Just an open floor plan.
No legal doors.
out steps this kind of how tall am I actually? That's a good question. I'm like
You're
5.
short, Rachel.
Oh. I'm gonna say I'm like 5'3", 5'4". Dirty blonde young woman. Steps out. She is dressed really casually. Looks like she might have woken up not too long ago. And kind of rubs her eyes as she steps out into the brightness and heads towards where everyone is gathering.
For the record,
Okay.
if you were to open the door, you would basically be already standing in the middle of the crowd. The
Oh,
boat
okay.
isn't very big.
Okay.
Actually, let me just, because everyone has portraits now, let me actually put on here where everyone is like standing. Like you're sort of just.
Ooh.
Just put me up in the loft area still.
To be fair, it's quite a big boat.
Yeah, sure.
115 feet.
Yep. Snuff is in there, and
We
hold
need to
on.
make a token for Bongo.
Does that mean if I move, Snuff gets an attack of opportunity?
Are you in combat with each other?
Yeah.
Don't
All
you
the
know
time.
that? Don't you know that like
24/7.
socialization is a form of combat?
That's
Oh,
the
jeez.
wrong.
Oh, jeez.
We're
I
in
can
combat
enlarge
now.
all of you if I fucking want to. There you go. Are you scared now?
Oh my god! It's Mount Lady.
Damn, Rachel, since when the fuck could you get so big?
I'm gonna make a token real quick for Bongo. Just keep going, whatever. But
Yeah, just take your time. I'm just trying to get fucking. No, it doesn't have a token. It's fine. I'm just gonna put his portrait in here. He is that kicked me out of the game. I love this.
Perfectly
God has been
assembled app
denied.
with no flaws.
God has
I
been denied
understand
rights.
why this happens because HTML5 is just broken.
Skill-based
Like, I
game,
up-
no luck involved.
Does this mean all we have to do is crash Doom as roll 20 and we've won? We've killed God and
Jesus Christ.
killed God herself.
Okay. Some of these characters I don't actually have tokens for yet. Those will be amended next session, but right now just.
Do you know
Yeah.
what your current pronouns? Sorry, I want to double check.
What?
Because I said to herself and I didn't want to assume.
What?
She's asking what your current pronouns are.
Or who's fronting?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Toga, so she.
Okay. Good. Okay.
If
Sorry
you're
for the
not sure,
confusion.
if you're not sure, they is fine. We pretty much all use they. So. Yeah. Sorry, I stood on the hose there for a moment. That's not a phrase in English. I don't care. So you're, standing there, and eventually, behind you actually hold on. Behind you, Audrey, there comes a very short, like 4'7", 4'8" ish, like small blonde woman. A woman, very distinctly, you can tell by her features that she's around you guys' age, maybe a little older, even. Sort of just comes out and silently steps behind Alan without uttering another word.
Hey, you guys must be the guests we were expecting.
Speaking of expecting someone, do you know where?
Oh yeah, 1 second. I'll like turn around, like I'm still like standing in the doorway. Just hear me like poke my head in and yell, "Chloe, come out here!"
There's a solid amount of crashing happening from the inside after that yell, followed by a God before a lanky-looking person steps out onto the deck behind Audrey and kind of just looks like they physically fell out of bed and smashed their face onto something. They've got a little bruise under their eye
You
already
okay?
forming.
Did the boat attack you?
No. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. Whatever. I was up. I was just getting ready, alright? And then just kind of standing there, completely looking unready for the day. Head disheveled, bruise under the eye, clothes kind of put on hastily and backwards.
For the record,
As
it's
they
about
just-
8:30 a.m. So.
As they just kind of stand hunched over in the doorway. They're about 5'10".
None of these people are morning people.
Can
Yeah,
you like move your token, by the way, to where it should be?
No. Like that.
I will like start kind of fussing over Chloe for a second, like trying to like straighten out her clothing. I'll like briefly like touch the bruise that seems to be forming.
Like kind of like half-heartedly swat at Rachel's hands, but like try and speak at the same time.
After a few seconds of that, I'll like stop and kind of let out a very light, defeated sigh, and then turn towards the other people.
Well, let's forget about anything that may not be prepared and just introduce ourselves. Now, my name, to newcomers here, I'm Alan. And he sort of like steps aside, points at the young woman that like took a step behind him. Here is Elena. She's my girlfriend. She gives like a little, not like she's not hiding or anything, but she's just kind of giving a little wave. It's not that she's not part of this, but she's peripheral to what's going on. Is kind of the vibe you're getting. No. I am sure you're wondering what the purpose of this little get together is, and we'll get to that, I'm sure. Though first, I think it would be very prudent for everybody to know who everybody is. Now, Snuff, you're already introduced to our two new friends. Now, he sort of gestures at the two people standing in the doorway.
I will give a little wave and smile friendly. My name's Audrey, or Rachel, depending on who you ask. And this here, I kind of point my thumb at the bruised person next to me, is nudge nudge trying to get her to introduce herself.
Yeah, I'm Chloe. Whatever. Just, yeah, Chloe's fine. And kind of just sidestep finally out of the doorway and stand actually where everyone else is.
Well, sorry to make you introduce yourself a third time, but he says, sort of, gesturing towards Kodama and Gravastar.
I'm Kodama.
I'm Gravistar, but you know what? If we're all going to be working together, you may as well know my actual name. Just call me Lizzie or Elizabeth, one of the two.
Hey, that's my middle name.
Oh, neat! And I promise you, I wasn't named after the Queen.
Yeah, no,
Well,
me neither.
the queen is hopefully dead by now. Hopefully.
No,
The fact
she's
you
not.
said
No.
hopefully makes me really worried.
I don't know.
Have they been to Britain in the
Are we-
fucking My
We
Hero
apparently
Academia
won't
extended
see it till
universe?
February.
Are we going to have to fight the Queen?
Fuck yeah.
You're
Come
always
on.
fighting the queen.
Come on, let's go.
Is
Come
she
on.
is she like the main hero in this story? Just like
I didn't realize
she's
we were being
corrupting
funded
the
by
hi-
Christopher Eccleston.
she's corrupting the hero
Hmm.
thingy, so is trying to launch the British army at us, and that's the secret plot of this whole campaign.
All right.
Before I forget, I will kind of hold my arm out in the direction of the flaming bird that was bobbing its head very friendly, like at you guys, and it will fly over, land on my outstretched arm. I seem very unbothered by the fact that it is, currently aflame. This is Bongo.
That's certainly a name.
Do I have
I
to
love
say
it.
my name to the bird too?
Whoa, hey. You got an issue with Bongo?
I just said I love it. Just said I love it.
Ah. Kind of just squint in the direction of the newcomers.
I was
Very,
just asking.
very, very quietly, you just hear Snuff say, Tachi.
Say what?
Tachi.
Well, so let's huddle together, and I think I will explain what the big idea here is. Anyway, no. Most of you have a pretty good idea why you would be here, and those that, especially those that came here with me, I hope. All of us have something about us in our appearance, our being, our history that has made it difficult to adapt to the social requirements of society in the situations we were put. So, what better to do than to disrupt it, I say. We're, we're villains, is what I'm saying.
So, let me get this right for a second. You're saying that our merry band of misfits, led by Oliver Twist, is going to try and burn down the system. Where do I sign up?
Oliver, that's not
That's
a
a new
good
one.
analogy.
I mean,
I've heard of Robin Hood before, but I don't see a lot of people here that are merry or men, so it seems to be either or, judging by things. Uh, the like short girl sort of speaks up with like a little grin. If I wasn't your girlfriend, I think I'd be Friar Tuck.
You know, that's really funny to me from a historical standpoint because there's some gay shit going on there.
I'm just confused why we're all so familiar with something that's supposed to be several hundred years older.
We'll just keep remaking the movies.
Okay, but Robin Hood was a cultural icon 200, 400 years ago, is a cultural icon now, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that this kid, well, they're from America, right?
Oh, okay.
Like,
That makes sense then.
like this fucking kid from New England would know who Robin Hood is.
Okay, that makes sense then. I did not clock that these two were both American.
Alan.
Well, I clocked Alan. I didn't.
Okay, Elena is more Slavic, but like, it's not Japanese.
Well, yeah, I know it's not Japanese, but
Either way. Point is, everyone's sort of, well, I'm going to assume that none of you have any moral objections to general disruption. Now, we can argue about the specifics. What are we going to do? What sort of restrictions are we going to put on ourselves? Whatever. That comes later. What I want to know now is whether or not you're interested or not.
Well, you know why I'm here.
Yes. You've already agreed to this, as if you, Chloe. I'm mostly asking to the people that haven't committed themselves to anything.
I mean, if they've traveled all this way, I'm pretty sure they're pretty committed.
Fair enough, but it's
I
good
wouldn't
to
have
get
sat in the
proper
back of a
confirmation.
van that smelled like gym socks for 12 hours if I wasn't interested.
You've never been on a field trip before.
Not in a
As
van
I
that
said-
smells like gym socks and a school bus that smells like gym socks. It's a very different environment.
Gravistar.
As I said, Chimney Boy, sign me up.
Chimney boy. Sure, whatever. I'm gonna have to start writing these down. You do sort of have the abandoned orphan look.
Hate to
Thanks,
break
love.
it to you, buddy, but you
There's
do.
a reason someone referenced
Mhm.
Oliver Twist.
Okay, that's disheartening, but sure.
I mean it as a compliment, don't worry.
I'm sure. That's the first time that I think anyone's been called an orphan as a compliment, but
Snuff just kind of like perks an eyebrow and like motions his head to the side, like, "Well, you're not wrong." But that's
Well.
kind of a.
don't worry, most of us here are orphans, one way or another. Well, then, if we're agreed, then let's start putting something together. Although, okay, I will be honest with you. Starting something like this here in Japan is a little risky. Not only is the police well funded and also trained and whatnot. It has one of the most large and thriving industries of heroes, professional heroes, that, well, have kept this country free from any organized criminal activity for quite some time. One in particular, but that's not something that should be of too much of a concern for us here at the moment. This is why I've chosen this place to lay anchor. It's a small city. There's enough here to start a foundation, but not enough for us to get into serious trouble with the big leagues. Everyone on the same page here?
Mm-hmm.
All
Stuff
clear.
is sipping a juice box. You're not sure where that straw is going, but you hear it sipping.
I'm not getting paid to ask questions.
Well, then he sort of pulls up some chairs. Like, there's some lawn chairs that are like chained to the wall so that they don't fall out of the boat. He like unhooks the chain and starts putting down some chairs in almost a like.
Are we
'Cause
sitting
so
around the barbecue?
yeah, so the
No
barbecue
one's
has like
wondering.
little tables around it as well.
Oh,
So-
I thought we were literally like convening around the barbecue.
We're
Yeah,
convening
no,
around.
like the
No,
water
that's
cooler
under
at
the
work.
tarp. That's under
The
the
magic
tarp.
dinner box.
No, the barbecue is like under the tarp.
Yeah. Snuff, do you mind if we use your bed as a conference table for a moment?
The cat kind of like hops out of his shirt and like onto the actual table that's there. And Mimi's like stretching out a little bit, and while Snuff's standing there, and pulls the harp aside. I also want to say that this man doesn't seem to like. You know how when people move and do things, they make little effort noises? There's none of that coming from his body. Just quiet, kind of existence. It's almost like he's moving without making sound. And his footsteps don't really seem to make much noise on the deck.
Well, so Alan sort of unravels a big map over this newly claimed table. All right. What we have here, hold on. This here is an entire map of not just the Mori prefecture, but generally the surrounding area of, well, this region as well as southern Hokkaido. Now, over the past few decades, this area has become pretty heavily urbanized compared to what it was before. Still lots of, trees, wilderness, perfect places to hide and to set things up properly, but also plenty of things to haul. Now, what's the first thing an organization needs?
Funding.
Exactly. Now, where are we going to get funding if we're not going to go in and do a day job, which we aren't?
Stealing shit.
Or
Yep,
some
and-
mysterious benefactor that happens to want the same thing we do.
Also stealing from him.
Well,
I mean, that's implied, but
Just a tad, yeah.
well, see, I've done some thinking, planning when planning this. Why do these attempted syndicates crash as soon as they begin here?
Too flashy.
more or less. They rely on outside help, benefactors, to get what they need, what they want. That leaves them vulnerable. If that benefactor, whoever they may be, a corrupt official or some industrialist, whatever, as soon as they're no longer useful, they'll be dropped to the fishes. Now, alternatively, we could just make some profit for ourselves, as Chloe suggested. Now, we'd need a lot of money. Any clue where we would be able to steal a lot of money from?
A bank.
A bank.
I like
Shit.
immediately raise a brow. So you're suggesting for our first job we go and rob a bank? I mean, I'm all for getting stuff done, but isn't that going to get the authorities on our asses immediately?
Well, I have a plan for that.
Yeah, it is a bit of a leap from stealing from a principal's office.
I
Yes.
mean, you know what they say, go big or go home, eh?
True, true.
I have an idea. I have a plan for that. You see, typically, villains are extremely localized. They are either extremely localized or extremely national, and they will start to work themselves up. In other words, if we go and hit something, we're looking for anyone but us. This here might be a small city, but it is small fishes. Really, there's nothing quite here that screams, criminal enterprise. There's like 10 cops for the whole of the town. Even if heroes were to come looking for us, where would they start? Out of the hundreds of boats that go in and out of the harbor every day? If we need to hide, we take the boat out to sea for a few days and then come back. And if we really
Well,
need to, we can switch ports.
one thing's for sure. We should take care to keep our identities on the down low.
Let's just
Exactly.
fucking go for it.
What?
What, you got cut out for a second. What?
Let's just fucking go for it.
Well, personally, I think that Audrey has a point. We should think this through properly. And importantly, we're gonna need to be someone else other, than us.
I kind of look over at Chloe, kind of teasingly. That means we'll finally have to come up with our alter egos.
God damn it. I thought we were done playing pirates and shit.
Not anymore.
Great.
Well, you have. Okay, you have no. You don't have to come up with this right now, right? But when we go in, we should have something that cannot be easily tracked your identity. There comes a point of critical mass where it no longer matters, but we're not at that point yet.
Listen, getting me up at 8:30 a.m. is one thing, making me think at 8:30 a.m. is another.
I'll
Well,
help you. We don't have to get it done right now anyway. You can just start brewing it around in your little noggin there. And like kind of
Lit-
playfully flick the side of her head.
worst
Already
case
injured
scenario.
enough. Ow.
At this point, the door opens again, and a woman, for which I also don't have a portrait yet,
Can't believe
steps
this.
out into the area where you're standing, wearing just house shoes and a large bathrobe. She is in a dark-skinned woman, about in her like mid to late 60s, no, early to mid 60s rather, like you reckon 63, 64. Her hair is gray by now. So she sort of steps forward and has some, like, there's rings under her eyes, and her hair is it's like a complete mess. It's pretty clear she just woke up. Now what in Sam hell are you kids doing this early?
What's her name again?
This is Janet, and this is Alan's adoptive mother.
Snuff just waves.
Oh,
I promise we're staying out of trouble, Miss Janet. Kind of take like a little step back, a little
I-
more behind Rachel.
I don't care what you kids do, and she sort of, like she, flicks her hair back a little, clears her throat, and the southern accent that was there before is now gone. She masks it completely. Sometimes I feel like you forget that I used to do whatever the hell you kids are trying to do professionally. Do you think I'm gonna rat you out? What are you trying to do?
Not to annoy you at 8:30 in the morning.
well, we're thinking about, the first job for any ragtag group of kids like us, and considering robbing a bank.
Reasonable, reasonable. Right, then I'll probably won't make you coffee. Tea and some eggs. I'm gonna make eggs. And then she sort of stumbles back into like the houseboat. Like the door. She doesn't like slamming the door behind her shut a little harder than she means to, which like vibrates through the boat a little. That's my mom. Don't pay her too much.
She's nice.
Did it look like she noticed myself or Gravistar at all?
Like she looked at you,
Okay.
and you're not sure whether she just didn't acknowledge you or whether this is normal or a mix of both.
I don't get paid to find the answer.
She's just like that.
Does she live here with us? Out of
Yes.
like, okay, she does. Okay.
She sleeps on the couch, for the record, because someone asked earlier. Well, over the past 2 weeks, I've been, touring the countryside a little, looking for a suitable target that has the perfect mixture of being, you know, well, well stocked, but not too heavily guarded. And I think I have found what we're looking for. It's a bit of a trek away. So
That's good, actually.
So I'll need to designate someone to drive as well.
Ooh, I can drive.
No.
What?
Do you know the driving laws here?
That doesn't fucking matter. I can drive. Can
Do you
any
know
of
how to
you
operate
drive?
in speed? Do you know how to operate with speed limits in kilometers?
Fuck no, but I know how to drive a car. Can any of you drive?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you're driving.
God fucking damn it, man.
Right. Look, if we're coming out of the bank and we're getting chased by the cops, the last thing I want is to get busted on a traffic stop because we were 20 over the speed limit.
Oh, come on. I'm a great driver. I only crashed I kind of stop to think.
Don't
If
stop
the
counting.
number that you're about to utter is greater than 0, I would not say anything at all.
She's great at fixing cars.
Yeah, after I break them.
I'm sorry. How old are you two white girls?
Hey!
I don't mean it as an insult. I'm just curious.
You know what? None of your damn business.
It's important if we're going to rob a bank whether or not we're doing criminal activity with two
What?
minors.
They're not
Do
my.
we look like children to you?
I have no
Do I
idea.
look like a child?
You're acting like one.
Says the one looking and acting like a child.
Nobody's here's a child, even though this is a kindergarten.
Good to know.
Scene.
Thank you.
Damn.
Snuff has just resting his knee, like one hand on his chin and like the other one on his. The cat's like prattling around beside him and getting real in his lap.
I'm
I'm
20
just
for the record.
leaning.
20. Good to know. Thank you.
I
I was
kind of like lean my arm against Rachel's head and look at Kodama, and I'm just like, I thought I had a bad morning this morning. Damn.
No, Chloe, come on.
The
What?
door like opens behind you again. Chloe, Janet hands you a cup of coffee. Hands you a cup of coffee, Audrey, and then places another cup in front of you, Gravistar, you, Kodama,
Thank you very much.
in front of her son, and handing one to Elena. And then she puts one as well in front of Snuff before patting Mimi and disappearing back into the living space of the into the living space of the boat.
I take a sip of the coffee. And then like as soon as I take a sip of the coffee, I kind of hold the cup up to Bongo, who proceeds to also like dip his beak into the coffee, taking a sip of it. We are sharing the cup of coffee.
You're making the poor bird a caffeine addict, I say, taking a massive fucking gulp.
I'm not sure that that's good for birds, but also it's on fire, so I'm not in a position to comment.
No,
When
Bongo decided of his own volition that he liked coffee.
I don't blame him.
Birds have a tendency towards substance use, I'm afraid.
I know. I dated
yeah,
one
they
for.
do.
I dated a birdman for a few years. I'm well aware.
Shit.
You see, I was talking about the phenomenon that birds in tropical areas would eat fermented fruit and would get drunk.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Anyway, so we're gonna be driving quite a while, quite a ways away, down the coast. Actually, pretty far away. Into the city. Sorry. Into the city of Sendai, which is okay. I'm not sure if that's on the map you posted. Let's see if it is. Should be, yeah. So if you look on the map,
Way south.
no, not way south, like in the center of where.
Oh, I see. By Yamagata.
Yeah, I see where it is.
There's like a
Yeah.
airport there.
Yeah. So
Oh, got a port.
well, we're probably not going to go there by boat. What we're going to be doing, I have made some contacts in the area here. We're going to be acquiring a car, all legally registered, everything in order, just not on our name. We're gonna be driving down there. We'll be staking out one of the main, just a regional main vault of. Hold on. Give me a sec.
You know,
Right.
I'm sure you've already thought of this, but have you considered that we could try targeting one of those armored vehicles?
What would we do with an armored vehicle?
As
Like-
in the armored vehicles that tend to transport a lot of the money?
I have thought about that. There is some problem though. Nowadays, those are transported by private military contractors, mercenaries basically. While the actual vaults are usually guarded by local police and on-site security. So really, we have the choice of dealing with psychotic career murderers with machine guns, or psychotic career hooligans that are lightly armed.
Right. Gotcha.
Aren't we just
I'm-
hooligans that are lightly armed, technically?
Works.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Take that as a yes.
But
Uh-
that's not how hypocrisy works. So,
What are you saying, Orange?
Oh, I was just gonna. I don't remember. Sorry.
you're fine. We're going to be robbing one of the main vaults of the First National Investment Bank. It's a high class sort of bank. It's where the rich and powerful deposit their savings and their money. So, additionally, we would be ticking off another important part of establishing ourselves, which is a good relation to the public. Of course, I will acquiesce to the rule of the majority here, but personally, I would like to not make our lives unnecessarily complicated by, I don't know, having the local populace drive us out of the town as like a mob. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm.
Agreed.
Besides, that's where most of the haul will be. Now, here's the idea. We're gonna drive down there. Gonna take a look around the city. We're gonna stake out the building. We're gonna stake out the greater area around it, and then we'll formulate a plan.
One
That's
thing. One thing worth mentioning.
Yes?
We have a lot more options when it comes to moving the money across because I can always make it lighter if need be. You know, carry it.
Yes, but I don't think you want to carry it for several hundred kilometers.
No, but I mean with the initial heist, with the initial moving it across.
Sure, but we'll get to that when we get to that. First, we need to, figure out locations, entry points, opportunities. And we enter, and we take what we want, what we need. Then we deposit the money
Hmm.
somewhere where we can come back to, where it will not be discovered. We'll have to look at that as well.
Hmm.
Then we run, let everything cool off, we get the money, we drive it back here in peace. What do you think?
You know, I actually kind of wish that pulling a bank heist was actually this easy, you know? Great details, but man, this shit's gonna suck.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't mentioned any of the difficulties. There will be on-site security cameras, lockdowns. We'll have to consider all eventualities, and, well, worst of all, once we start fighting with security, the cops are going to show up. And once we start scuffling with the cops, heroes are going to be on us by the minute. So, we'll have to make escape plans.
So what you're saying is grab and dash, not stay around and get our asses kicked.
Exactly.
Got it.
I mean, why don't we just get Smoke Boy to sneak in with his smokiness and shit?
First of all, that, and second of all, yes, most of him is made of smoke. That doesn't mean that there isn't a part of him that's solid. He can't just slide through air vents. Not yet, but that's...
I mean, you go, sorry.
Nope, I don't know what to say.
Besides, even if he could get in, how is he going to get the money out? Just...
I don't fucking know. You're the one planning this.
You're the one being a contrarian about it.
I'm just giving you
Okay,
ideas.
alright.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead, Orange.
there you go.
Right, so yes, there's going to be a lot of difficulties attached to this. We also need to figure out what we're going to do in the event that civilians get in the way, which, it being a public building,
Well,
that's going to be likely.
my solution to that is the same solution to, well, most of the problems associated with trying to break into a public building, which is that we do it at night. Because it is a lot easier to slip away into the darkness, into a forest, than it is to try and run from the police on an open highway in broad daylight.
That's true.
It'd be worth seeing if there's any anybody there anyway, any janitors or anything. I mean, good to know anyway. But we also don't want any civvies coming in and messing everything up if we've got a tightly controlled plan.
Well,
Snuff
if our...
kind of raised his hand.
Yes.
Door.
I don't think I follow.
Keep outside.
I think it would be... I think it would probably be the best thing for us to get there and then decide on actual things like entry plans or what. We have no clue what the building looks like on the inside. Tried to get some plans, but we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Now, let me ask you this. Weaponry. How can you fight? What is your way of dealing with getting into a scuffle?
Who are
Snuff
you
just,
asking?
like, pulls out a switchblade from his back pocket and, like, but
Jesus
Fair enough.
Christ, dude.
confused.
Well, I like, you see me like start to move to put the coffee cup down, but like Bongo is still drinking from it.
Does the bird fall head into the cup?
Would not be surprised if he did. But like I kind of try and like take the cup away, and Bongo seems disappointed. So I set the cup down. and as soon as I do, I kind of flick my wrist, and a flame kind of overtakes my hand. I got this. Aside from the flaming phoenix bird.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Chloe, I know you have some abilities, but more poignantly, you have a gun.
Yeah, I do.
How many rounds of ammunition do you have for it?
Good
12.
question.
You have 12 rounds of ammunition.
12 rounds. Probably
All right.
after this, I'll need to get some more.
Well,
I can also shit talk people. That works. A charm.
Yes, I'm well aware. Anyway,
I will say I wouldn't be opposed to being armed. It's always nice to have something to fall back onto.
well, in that case, after we're done here, I'm gonna get you to my main contact. We'll be needing her for a lot of things. So maybe we can get you all some equipment if you don't have something already. Gravistar, what about you?
All I'm going to say on the matter is imagine a ball of metal twice the size of your head coming at you at 60 miles an hour. Or some kind of,
Are you
let's
not
say...
gonna show them your literal morning star?
I mean, now that you mention it... Okay, I'll just gesture to the morning star and lightly swing it. Not enough to be dangerous, but just like lightly swing it from side to side, going. Or imagine this coming at you at the speed of it, like with the force of a car.
Fair enough. Kodama, what about you?
Kodama reaches into their pocket and pulls out a flask and kind of walks over to the edge of the boat and pours some alcohol onto his hand, just kind of lets the rest fall into the water, closes the flask up, walks up to the flaming bird and says, "I'm sorry, can I borrow this for a moment?"
Wait, borrow what?
The fire, the bird. I touch the bird and my hand catches fire, and there is no damage to the skin, no damage to the flesh at all, no damage to the clothes that I'm wearing. My
Bongo,
entire body. Go ahead.
Bongo tilts his head and seems kind of confused that you touched him.
Sorry.
A little tap.
Gently apologizes to the bird.
I
The
just
bird still does
stare
not
at
understand.
I stare at the no damage to his hand, and I just kind of go a bit wide-eyed, and then quietly just go, "It's kind of fucked up, dude."
Yeah, don't ask how I found out. Sorry, go ahead.
So do you have any power of a fire, or are you just like fireproof,
No,
Mr. Asbestos?
I'm just flame retardant, so I set myself on fire.
Fair enough.
That's even more fucked up, dude.
Again, don't ask how I found out. The only thing I need is something big and heavy that can kill people, ideally close range.
We'll get you a big club.
That works.
Hands you a baseball bat. Hands you a baseball bat. Hands you.
Well,
and ideally something that can survive being set on fire or being in
Olympic
close
torch.
proximity to someone set on fire.
Hey, there's metal baseball bats.
yeah, but those are made of aluminum, which has a
That'll
melting
melt.
point
Never mind.
close
Okay.
to. I don't know, a steel pipe or something. We'll
Sure.
find something. Well, let me think. Let me demonstrate what I can do. Alan returns into the boat and comes back with a gas canister and some washing detergent and places them down on the table. Does anyone know what these two together make?
Wait, what did he put down on the table again?
A gas canister and washing detergent.
Napalm?
Yes.
Yeah. Snuff makes like a boom motion with his hands.
Now, normally, napalm is an extremely hazardous substance to handle, and I'll just show you. He reaches into the like he pours some of the washing detergent onto his hand, and it just kind of like his hand seems to absorb the substance at an alarming speed. And after he's done, it's completely dry. And then he pours some of gasoline into the other hand. Then he walks over to the railing, extends his hand, and a jet of napalm just shoots out from his fingertips. And
Question.
yes,
Oh, sorry, you go. Is there
No, you-
anybody from the public around?
this. All right, I'll put it to you this way. This is sort of the weird port, right? This is where if you live in like these sort of transit areas, you see weird shit happening all the time. Frankly, people, especially like in areas like this, play with fire a lot. Also, he's doing it out into the coast. No one saw him. Don't worry. And rather importantly, instead of one of the primary components of napalm is that it sticks to you and you can't get it off. In this case, it just kind of runs off, and he just discards all of it into the ocean.
I'm
And
starting to recognize a trend here.
and he just discards waste product essentially into a cup, which is really just the parts of the washing detergent he didn't need, and some of the stretchers and the gasoline. But yeah.
Yeah, he's really environmental friendly.
This is just an example. It works with other things too. Well, I'm a sort of human crucible, which is, I suppose, why that's the name I go by. Crucible.
Duma, could you check the ping that I sent you?
Oh,
So my stats, do you remember if I applied my ASI to them yet? Because like
yes,
I'm.
you chose a feat.
Oh, okay.
That was
I
the
chose a feat. That's where the telepathic comes from. Okay.
yeah.
I remember. Okay. Why did I choose a feat? I really should have like done something to
I ask
increase my
myself that every single day.
Why do you have feet?
What the fuck, Rachel? Goes away.
Get wheels like the rest of us.
Out
Fuck
of
yeah.
curiosity, what's your hit die?
My hit is
D8.
yeah, it's a D8.
How the fuck?
Good constitution and good luck.
No. Bad luck.
Yeah, well, my hit points are only 29.
Ah, yeah, right, that.
I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't remember rolling for my HP, so I'm like.
No, I remember you rolled quite atrociously, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Well,
So this is a throwaway character.
Well, I mean, my whole stick is that I can die and come back again as long as
good.
I'm a phoenix.
You'll need it.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to die quite a bit. I'll just come back.
I'm protecting that fucking egg.
Oh, I know what you did. You
What?
need to add another 9 to that. Because
Wait, what?
You only did 68 plus 1, and you also need to add,
One.
Yeah, then you need to add +7 plus you need to add 15 more to that number.
Wait, what?
Because
What?
I scrolled up, you only rolled 6d8 plus 1 for all of your hit points.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's not right. You get a lot more than that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
you
so
get
I add what
15.
to that? Okay.
Add 15 to that number.
Oh, I know what happened there. You probably fat fingered the 5 and it didn't register.
No, it's oh yeah.
I just do terrible math. That's it. Okay.
Well, it looks like you fucked it up and then fucked up the retype, and then they only
Yeah.
did the retype.
It's fine. Reflex now. You're good.
I have 44 hit points now. I will
That
die
sounds
half
that's
as much.
Yeah, that's
that sounds a lot more realistic for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you know.
a roll about as bad as David, but it's still a lot better than 29 at level 7.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So, and if that fails me, he pulls out a small caliber revolver and puts it on the table. There's also that. No. Well, to our newcomers, let me actually show you guys around. You guys can have the bunk beds if you'd like.
Oh yeah. Is it considered a loft? How would you describe it? Okay.
I guess that's how I would describe it. It's just a second floor.
Yeah.
Uh,
The bedroom that's on the second floor, the loft, that's off limits.
Oh,
Okay.
very off limits.
Gross.
You just hear Snuff very quietly say,
You're the one with your fucking mind in the gutter. I'm just saying it's off limits. Private.
Yeah, you don't want people walking into your room either.
Neko
Damn,
means cat.
dude.
Neko translates to cat. I don't know how to.
Not you. Not you. Kadama.
Oh. Wait, what?
Said
Could almost say
gross.
gross. Yeah.
yeah. Well, let me show you. You too.
No, let's
So-
not show him our room.
Not your room. The
I don't
bunk
want
beds,
to see your
idiot.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. He takes you.
My
into
room now.
here. Right here, you have bunk beds.
Cool.
Uh,
Do you? I'll look to the taller one. Do you have a preference?
I mean, I'll take the bottom because I don't want to. I don't want the chance of breaking the top bunk and fall on top of you, Matt.
That you know what? That's fair. Sure. Okay. Cool.
So are we like all going inside?
No, he's just
Okay.
showing them where they can sleep.
Cheers for the bed, Matt.
When you guys come back outside, the first thing that you would notice is that I appear to be holding Bongo like this.
Elena is like standing next to you, like, does he like that? Is he comfortable like that?
Yeah, he is. He likes it actually.
Oh,
Makes him feel safe.
Yeah, exactly. He feels real safe like that.
Why are you holding like a burger?
He feels
he
safe
is.
like that. Well, no, he's not a bird. We're not
He's
gonna
a
eat
fuck.
Bongo.
He's a chicken burger.
Snuff like looks at Mimi, and Mimi just looks back at him, and all of a sudden Snuff scoots away from him a little bit.
Let's not discuss any more bird eating.
Oh, come on.
You guys want to go grab a drink?
Like of the alcohol variety, or
Sure. Keep in mind, drinking age in Japan is 18. You can all drink.
Well, look at you, Rachel. You're finally legal in a country. Finally
Yeah.
drink without drinking underage.
Well, it's not just a visit for. It's not just a social call. The owner of this bar is also my main contact, and she will be acting as our fence.
Talking business. Nice.
So, on the one hand, we'll get us all of that equipment that you guys might need. We might be able to get ourselves a plan of the actual building we're trying to go into. And, then we can drink, have something to eat. And
Hopefully
luckily
not
for
a
us,
bird.
they have a smoker area. Six says that looking at like snuff.
Has he been
You
there
would-
before?
No, none of you have.
Then snuff kind of big ones.
What were you saying, Orange?
Oh, I just was making a joke and saying hopefully not bird when you said a bite to eat.
Nah, if there's no chicken wings, I don't want it.
Stop threatening to eat Bongo.
I'm not
He's
gonna eat
sensitive.
bongo.
He's sensitive.
Yeah.
Well, then let's leave sensitive Bongo alone and not constantly threaten to eat him.
Oh, come on, guys. Bongo's like my fucking son. Jeez.
Do you threaten to eat your children? Don't answer that.
Do you
I
know
believe that's called
humor?
cannibalism.
Damn.
Snuff
Fucking-
kind of picks up Mimi,
Ah,
and gives her the like sliding door in front and lets her into.
like Janet is still sleeping on the couch, and the cat immediately like runs up with her tiny little body, jumps up onto the couch, and lays down next to Janet.
Wasn't she going to make
Hello?
eggs? Did she just like forget?
No, she made eggs.
Did my internet cut out?
She ate them.
Oh.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
Hello, Ian.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God, hello? Can people hear me?
Hi.
Yes.
Yes. Hello?
Okay, good. My internet, I had 30,000 ping for 5 seconds.
Oh,
What did you miss?
I don't know. I missed it.
Well, we're going to a
What's-
bar. Did you
Okay,
catch that?
cool. Yes.
This Bongo kid is on. I mean, that's up to you guys. That's you guys' room. You can do with it whatever you want.
Probably.
I
Like
feel
I
like he
imagine.
I feel like he kind of toast is alive.
Like I imagine, like the other bed is like
You
his
built a
nest.
nest.
Yeah,
You
and
built a net.
he progressively keeps adding shiny things to it that we find. So
He keeps trying to pick up Mimi's collar. Like,
So
with
eventually we'll have to decide this, because obviously Bongo is one of the rare animals with a quirk.
Mhm.
What bird is he? What kind of bird is he?
Well, I mean,
Chicken bed.
well, would Bongo have a quirk? Because Bongo is technically a result of my quirk.
That's
Like-
fair. Then he'd be an extension of you, which
Yeah,
is
he is an extension of me.
yeah.
Bongo's just a special boy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I can. Bongo is basically my Pokemon, but if my Pokemon was attached to my spirit.
oh my god, I can't believe
That
it's just
sounds
the
like the
semen
plot of
from
a
the Golden
Pokemon movie.
Compass.
So let's carry on. All right.
the bar.
Do you mean Detective Pikachu?
Okay. So he Alan sort of fixes his collar, and then he starts to walk down towards the beginning of like down the pier into the wider town square. Do you guys follow him?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, I'm still
Yeah,
holding
sure.
Bongo
Yeah.
like Burger the entire way.
Snuff is like puts his hood up. His hair being a little less.
Yeah.
Rachel, question. Is it possible for me to hold Bongo at any point, or will he burn?
DM, can I say that Bongo can be touched by people that he allows himself
Yeah.
to be touched to? Okay,
Nice.
so yes.
Does that mean we could technically use Bongo as a ranged weapon?
Yes, but he has
Don't
his own
use my
attack.
son as a weapon.
But yes, he can be technically.
Throw him like a rugby ball.
ICBB, Intercontinental Ballistic Bongo.
So yeah, as we start walking, I kind of just reach over and like scratch under his beak.
He is one pleased bongo.
Sorry, one more. ATGB, anti-tank guided bongo. Anyway, so Alan eventually rocket propelled bongo 7. That's a good one. Yeah. So Alan eventually makes a turn into like a side alley. That it's just a dead end. And it looks like that's all it is. And then Helen turns left and just kind of opens the door to one of the buildings. It is not marked, but it opens just normally.
Like it's blended in with the.
Yeah, basically.
I lean over
Like-
to Rachel and nudge her on the side and just like, what kind of Harry Potter bullshit is this?
Well, it's okay. For the
It's a
record,
door.
it's just a door. It's just a
Ooh,
regular ass door, but it doesn't look like it's the entrance to anything other than a private home.
Harry Potter common is because it's kind of in an alleyway.
Yeah. Well, do you follow?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Inside?
Snuff waits for like a subtle like nod from Alan. That okay. And
Yeah, he gestures you to come inside. And inside there is this like sort of dark-ish. It's not a dark room, but it's like a sort of comfortably dimly lit bar. It's a pub, basically. It is almost entirely empty. There's just one guy, just a dude that looks like a cow that's asleep in the corner.
Like literally a cow.
He has a cow he has a cow head.
Oh my god, I can't believe David's family managed to get into this room.
Oh my god. What is this, a crossover episode?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Not every cow is a David reference. Fuck you.
Me passing a field IRL. Oh my god, David's family.
I can't believe I live across the street from David's family and they walk on my road all the time.
Anyway, behind the bar, there is. I actually have a portrait for this lady. Give me a sec. Behind the bar is a very interesting looking lady. She looks like this. And she is sitting there, polishing her like sets of glasses and stuff. Ah, it's you again, young man. You've brought friends with you.
Hey.
Hello.
I would wave, but I'm holding a burger bird in my hand, so
Burger bird.
I wave for you without
Thank
saying anything.
I'll just give like a little salute.
Mhm.
Hello.
Hello. Call me Yoko. Have a seat. Would you like something to drink?
Yeah. What do you have?
Well, this and that. Some spirits, some beer, whatever you like. I can also get you some soda if you're not interested in getting drunk at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, it is a little bit early to be drinking of the alcoholic variety, isn't it?
Nah, come on.
Soda, iced tea. I can get you just about anything.
Can you get coffee for the bird?
Sure.
Nice.
Coffee for the bird.
Can you get me what would you recommend for a authentic experience for a foreigner.
She sort of thinks for a moment. I don't know. Most people here just drink beer. I'm not really that big on things like a rice wine. Well, I suppose I could see if I have some in the back.
I'll give you some of that. The rice wine. Sake, is it called?
Yes. Uh, such a colorful assortment of people from all walks of life, it seems.
I got some of this, and the picture that's
what were you saying, Orange?
Sorry.
You have any gin?
Of course I have some gin.
Some of that
Anything
then, Tar.
with it?
Bit of ice. Dash ice.
She, looks at you. You have terrible tastes, but I can respect that.
I mean, don't blame me, love. I was born British, sadly. Curse.
So I've heard. Now, anything for you, Smoky Eyes?
He seems startled that she tried talking to her. Looks at the general prices of the things around him, and then just slowly his head.
Alan sort of, come on, I'll invite you. Pick something.
He points to the logo for Coke.
Fair enough, some soda.
She gives him a Coke and rum, and he doesn't even realize because he's never had Coke before.
No, she's just gonna serve him Coke. Cause.
I will. There's a counter, right? Like a bar counter.
Yeah. So it's just a.
Okay, it's a standard bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I will set Bongo on the bar, and presumably take a seat at the bar, and I'll look over with a somewhat amused smile at Snuff. You don't have to be so concerned about prices, If all goes well, we'll be rolling in money.
So
he reaches in his pocket and fiddles around for a little bit, and then pulls out a 500 yen bill, and then kind of motions this is all of the money I own, and then puts it very carefully back in his pocket.
The bartender, by the way, as soon as Bongo tries to sit down on the wooden counter, and the counter is a little not singed, but starts to heat up. So what she does is she just moves an ashtray, an empty ashtray, under him, and does Bongo sit in the ashtray?
He starts nesting in the ashtray.
Yes, he does. He fits perfectly in the ashtray.
Oh, don't birds covering themselves in soot?
Yeah.
He and Steve are gonna get along.
I kind of make a whole show of walking up to the bar top, leaning one arm against it, the other arm on my hip, and just hey, you got any Pepsi?
Pain.
Are you flirting
strong
with
shit?
I can't
I
tell.
look at Rachel. She's no, it's Pepsi. What the fuck?
She seems taken aback for a split second, before going, not in stock, no.
Oh, come on, man.
This bar is a Coke bar.
But I can stock up the next time if I know that you're going to be here more often.
Wow. Kind of look at Rachel again and then kind of slink back a little bit. Nah, it's fine.
Just get her a Coke.
I figured. See, this is it. So she, turns around and starts Did you order anything, Kodama, now that I think about it?
Yeah, I put a picture of it because I have no fucking clue if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Can I get some Nika Taketsuru Pure Malt, vintage 2020?
Yeah, so
It's malt
she
liquor.
she approximates that order.
Okay.
So she turns around, starts preparing everyone's like drinks. It's a small town, and not everyone comes to this sort of place. Just people like you, people who might get a bit of a side eye in everyday public coffee shops and the likes, but everybody is welcome here, as long as they're polite and don't cause any disturbances. She, places down some, your drinks in appropriate glasses. Like the glasses are like kind of way nicer than you would expect from a place like this. And uh, yeah, there's like a lemon in your cokes.
Fuck yeah.
She places it down on in front of each of you. Now, I'm assuming you probably came here partially to have something to drink, but something tells me that you are in it for some other services here. Yes, actually. I'm planning on going on a little bit of a trip. Oh, a trip? Well, where are you going? Pray tell. Sendai. Hmm? Nice city. Have some friends there. Is there anything in particular that you will want to be looking at while you're in there? Well, there is the First National Investment Bank. It's an old building, you understand. Ah, of course. I assume you'd like to be able to orient yourself when you're there? I can get you that, but that will take some time. There are some other things we'd like as well. Well, she sort of looks at all of you. What can I get you?
We need armaments.
Guns.
Well, firearms are a bit of a tricky business, you see. Government's been clamping down hard on the arms trade, but some more improvised things I can easily get you.
What do you have in the protection department?
Well, you see, nowadays there are a lot of people who need helmets and protective vests of various kinds. So, did you know that construction workers in the more windy zones, like north of here in Hokkaido, when they work, they have to wear or when they're in the mountains, they have to wear these thick black coats and these hard hats of similar color. They're not just there to keep out the cold, you see. They can, well, they're built to stop things that are sped up by the high wind velocities and the likes from hurting quite as much if they impact.
And I assume you've requisitioned or know where
Hmm,
you can get some of these.
I can get them to Perhaps not you directly. You see, I don't like to stock this kind of stockpile here. This is a legitimate business after all. But, as I mentioned, I have some friends in Senkai. I can let them know you're coming, and I'm sure they can get you set up with the sort of goods that you need. Now, while I have no firearms, blades or the like, that would be more simple.
Yeah.
You got a steel pipe?
You know, for that, I don't even have to go anywhere. She sort of turns around, and walks over to like a little closet, like a broom closet, opens it up and uh, pulls out like this sort of, well, she pulls out a, fuck, what are those called? Like the thing you hang curtains from. Curtain bars?
Yeah.
Curtain rod?
Yeah. Like she picks up one of those. This one is a bit weird because it's not hollow.
Oh.
Uh, she starts to press her like fingertips into the sides of the metal, and it starts to not straight up spark, but it's clear that she's like filing it off or something, and then hands you a not unwieldy like piece of solid light iron.
That works. Sorry, I'm eating a burger now.
You're paying customers, so consider this a token of my gratitude for your patronage.
Thank you very much. Your friends in, I'm sorry, what's the name of the place we're going?
Sendai.
Sendai. Your friends in Sendai. Would any of them happen to be able to get me another set of flame retardant clothing while I'm there?
Hmm. Probably. But if I'll be honest, you can probably just get something like that at a surplus store.
Do they just sell
Fireman's
those?
clothes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I suppose.
But if you'd like something more specialized, I can have them look into it. If they don't have anything, they can just send you on your merry way.
Sure. I'll give you the details shortly.
Take your time.
Do you have
Anything else that you need?
Do you have anything heavy?
Like what?
Anything? Cannonballs, bricks, just something that'd be quite effective if it were to hit someone.
How heavy?
However you're talking.
Mhm. I know somebody in a metallurgy business, working in a factory. Wouldn't be out of the question for me to request a certain, amount of. I can just make him make, I don't know, a ball of steel, whatever you need. Lead.
That sounds perfect, mate. How much?
You'll pay when you get there. I can't say exactly how these things will cost. You see, transport costs and requisitioning those things can be a little unpredictable. So it can
Mhm.
fluctuate a little, but I reckon in the. Hmm, I reckon that you should be. Hmm, Well, let's see. Hold on. Do some math.
Oh god, I've introduced math to the game.
For say 2, I would reckon 8,000 yen, something like that.
That sounds.
That's about $80 in like 80 pounds. Think of it in that.
That sounds perfect. Talov.
Very well. Now, is there anything else you'll be needing? Yeah, a car. Capacity? Some kind of van, preferably, or a short bus, something like that. That can be arranged. Do you need it for anything specific? Well, we're going to be transporting some things we acquire. Well, I can get you something for that. When can it be ready? Tomorrow. At around. She sort of looks at her watch. 9 in the morning. That's perfect. Some ropes, climbing gear. You know, there's some nice mountains around there. I can get you some climbing gear. She, notes everything down, then closes her notepad and puts everything on the table. It's a pleasure, doing business with you. You know what? The drinks are on the house. Your other business more than makes up for it.
Thanks.
Cheers.
My pleasure. And you're always welcome in my establishment. By the way, the bar, as you can see, like my little sign that's like hung over the bar, it's called the Wooden Carpet.
Oh, the irony that it's wooden.
So the floor?
Well, it's a play on like the red carpet, but it's like
Oh.
instead of being a very exclusive like clientele, it's just anyone can
Yeah.
come here.
I'm still thinking about what kind of weapon, like aside from a gun. TM, I don't think I'll go for a gun, but like having a melee weapon would probably be nice. So I'll have that by next session. Or something.
You could take the other half of the rod that Kodama took.
You know what? Sure, that works.
What's the damage die on that thing, by the way?
It's equivalent to a mace.
Oh, okay, cool.
So D6, I think. Very well. Let's drink up, and then you guys can spend the rest of your day however you want. You two can get settled in or whatever, and we'll meet back here tomorrow to get everything going. How's that sound for everybody?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh,
All right.
Actually,
Mhm.
these guys are gonna be staying with us, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well, welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Cheers.
He sort of raises his glass. Well then, to our little family.
Everyone raise their glasses.
So,
And with the clink, that's where we're gonna end this session.
Bongo was included. He could not lift the cup that he was drinking from, so he just bobbed his head.
What if he bonked into like the set of glasses gently with his beak?
Yeah.
I pick him up gently.
What if you have like a little baby cup that you can do purely for like toasting?
Yeah. Little
Bold
baby.
of you to assume that Snuff knows what a toast is.
He's confused why everyone is lifting their glasses. He's like, what
I mean,
the hell?
I don't
hopefully he
understand
knows
why
what.
is.
Hopefully he knows what toast is.
He's also doing that like L sit, like L death note.
AKA how I'm sitting right now in my
Yeah,
chair.
yeah. He has his shoes like up on this stool, and he's like kind of
Yeah.
crouching.
He is not used to being welcome in places.
Yeah.
Yes, but this here will be one of your major hangouts, and this lady that you met, she will be your fence. You can sell shit this, meta talk after the session. So how this will, work mechanically is just anything you can find that you normally probably shouldn't sell in any public capacity. You can, that was the bot, don't worry about it.
Oh,
You can hand to her, and she can fence it for you. Can sell it off, and she takes like a small cut of the actual value of it for her own services. So yeah, and
Oh yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the first session of this. Feedback is as always appreciated.
I
Bunko
very much
people of it.
enjoyed it. Thank you. I'm very excited.
Bungo.
I'm going the fuck to bed. Thanks, Dumont, for today. It was good.
Hope
Yeah.
you had fun regardless of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun, but I'm tired.
Beat. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
I was telling them that like come December and stuff like that, I'm gonna caffeinate them for these sessions.
Basically, Rachel is gonna take all the grievances from Source and strangle me.
Well, as it stands, I'll see you guys in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Alright.
Sounds good.
the 20